To that beautiful discerned goddess. I like everything about your platform, Quinn. I don't know if you seen I tapped in the other day, but keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm telling you, it takes the algorithm to hit once and you on, Queen. Don't stop talking about what you're talking about. You got a platform, and people like you, I literally see put in work. And shout out to that beautiful discerned goddess. I like everything about your platform, Quinn. I don't know if you seen I tapped in the other day, but keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm telling you, it takes the algorithm to hit once and you on, Queen. Don't stop talking about what you're talking about. You got a platform, and people like you, I literally see put in work. And
Welcome, welcome everyone. Good afternoon. Let me know, somebody let me know if I'm clear, if y'all can hear me. I just need a mic check if you're listening. I appreciate it. Hey y'all, happy draft day. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome everyone. Good afternoon. Let me There we know. go. There we go. I had to do my own mic check. Hey, hi Ginger. Welcome. I love your support, Ginger. Where you been? How you doing? How you doing, Jen J? I know you busy. I'm planning on being here for a long time, y'all. Hopefully we can have a good time. I just wanted to tap in briefly and probably hit some points and discuss some of these trending topics. Um I've been away on a little vacation. It seemed like 2 months, but maybe it's been a month and a half. And Vegas working. Oh, Vegas. Hmm. Make that money, sis. Don't let the money make you. Find a way. I'm pretty sure you have a good work social life balance. I wonder if it's as hot in Vegas as it is here in Florida. Cause honey, I don't even be wanting to step outside. The summer is my worst time of year, y'all. I can't stand the heat. It be too hot in Florida. It's like when you step outside, you feel offended. You want to thank God for everything. I know. Yes, ma'am. You want to thank God for everything, but you got to ask Him, why is it so hot? I can't stand the heat, honey. I be trying to get from the house to the car, and wherever I'm going, I'm not going to sit outside nobody house unless they have good shade and, yes, luxury amenities that's going to keep me cool while I sit outside. But other than that, I am indoors. And it's not even summertime yet, and it's blazing hot. You step outside and the sun slap you hard in the face. So I don't like that. But you say no humidity here, 80 degrees today, but no, listen. So that's one of those dry heats like we have here in Florida that exists down in Miami. But you say you're in Vegas waiting on Shedeur. I hope so. They doing our nephew all kind of crazy ways, and mainly y'all, that's one of the reasons why I have not been on this here live on this YouTube, because I'm really trying to control my mouth and get control of my emotions when I address some of these subjects, and I really don't like the way they be trying to handle him. So I've been over here practicing some discipline, but the best way to get good at it is to keep doing it, right? So I'm gonna go ahead. Y'all pray over me right quick. But if you have any children listening, I'm just gonna tell you I might have a slip up or so. And if you are listening to the replay, go ahead and put this in your ear. Listen to me with your headphones, your earbuds, or your wireless headphones. But please do not let the children hear their auntie, okay? Not until you have listened to the whole thing, because I cannot be responsible for what passion might bring up out of me, right? I don't want to be cussing around the babies. I'm the good auntie. They can't hear me talk like that. They can't hear me talk like that. But yes, thank you all for joining so far. I just need some help today. Like before I get into it, if you're new here, I am Discerning Goddess. Yes, that's the correct way to pronounce my name. My YouTube handle is Discerning Goddess. Thank you everybody for checking in. I really appreciate all the new subbies that stopped by. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I do not take your presence for granted at all or your support. And I'm just asking for you to please be patient with me. I'm not consistent, but I am trying. Okay. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I am dis- I am discerning goddess, and on this channel, I discuss trending topics, current events, and most of all, I love Coach Prime, and I support Colorado football. And over here, we are Colorado friendly. I am biased, unapologetically biased when it comes to Coach Prime, his family, and our nephews over there at the Colorado football program. I do not discuss, thank you, thank you. I do not discuss football in all its technical areas of football, but I do enjoy talking about the events that happen around our staff, our players, and the families in general. And I try my best to give everybody a good look over here, right? If I have to address a mess, I will, but I will always be in defense of the family. So just to give you a little bit about that space that you're in over here, we love Colorado and we love Coach Prime. As long as Coach Prime is over there, we riding with Colorado. That's for me. For me. I can only speak for me. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. And we do have conversations and I try to keep it fun. Sometimes they do get heavy, but I think it's a conversation worth having. Um, like Coach Prime said in his recent presser, right? I think he be listening to me
Elephant
sometimes.
out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm gonna just talk briefly and let it go.
Coach Prime said, "What? What you say,
Let's get
Coach
the elephant
Prime?"
out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm gonna just talk briefly and let it go.
Right. See,
Let's get the elephant
me
out the
and
room. I
Coach
don't want
Prime
to
kind of.
talk about this too long. I'm gonna just talk briefly and let it go.
Hmm. I'm the same way, Coach Prime. I like to address the elephant in the room. So, to my new subscribers, if you happen to be passing by and you're peeking in the live, to you guys, yes, I am the person that's always going to address the elephant in the room. Okay, it's not that I can't speak about it, surface level, but I feel like it is just necessary sometimes to have a hard conversation. It's
Let's get
necessary.
the elephant out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm gonna just talk briefly and let it go.
So it's hard to exist in spaces and trust the people you're around if everybody's avoiding the elephant in the room. And I'll say this with Coach Prime, no matter where he is, there's always going to be a subject that people don't want to touch. They'll talk about certain things and they'll go all the way around it. They'll go distance themselves from it and talk about everything but the substance in the room. And Coach Prime and I are similar in that way. So thank you, Coach Prime, for that drop. I feel like you was thinking about me when you said, let's get the elephant out of the room, because I have never heard another content creator discuss the elephant in the room. So y'all heard it here first. But no shade to my fellow peers in the CU content creator space. That's fine. Y'all talk about football, honey. Keep talking about football. Leave the elephant in the room to me because I ain't scared to say it. Okay? I'ma say what needs to be said. Hi, Miss Joanna. Welcome, sis. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My brother said, let's get the elephant out the room. Okay? Right, King. Salute, beloved. Thank you. So, yeah,
Out of
Coach
the room. I
Prime
don't
say
want
he ain't
to
finna keep
talk about
talking
this
about
too
this.
long. I'm gonna just talk briefly and let it go.
Right, Coach Prime. Because, see, people want to act like things don't
Leave the elephant
exist.
out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm gonna just talk briefly and let it go.
Right, we're going to get right down to it. Right down to it. Uh-huh. Right down to
Leave the
it.
elephant out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm gonna just talk briefly and let it go.
Don't play with us. Don't patronize me. Don't patronize me and try to talk around it. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And don't backpedal on it, okay? Stand firm on it, all right? Let's talk about it. Y'all gotta bear with me. So it's been a lot happening, y'all. I'm not gonna touch. I've been gone for a minute. It's been a lot of shenanigans taking place all over, right? I ain't gonna touch on all that. It might come up later. And oh, thank you so much, sis. Thank you. And but I must talk about at least these three individuals that you all see on the thumbnail. Hold on one moment. So so why you gotta be okay, I'll try it a different way. On our thumbnail we have our nephew over in Texas. Give me a moment, I have to make an adjustment real quick. Our nephew over in Texas, our other nephew, Karmelo Anthony. We have some of y'all favorite uncles, right? Some of y'all favorite uncles, Shannon Sharpe. Okay, he unfortunately he has to get on the docket today, and our very favorite nephew, Sheduer Sanders. If you ain't heard, Sheduer will be drafted tonight. He's going to be drafted tonight in the 2025 NFL draft. And before I start, let me share my screen just a little bit. Just a little bit. If y'all have not, if y'all have not had an opportunity to see my tribute to Shedeur, here it is.
Let the commencement begin. Shedeur Sanders will be drafted into the
With me since I was
NFL.
young. And y'all should be able to pull up that clip.
I prepared this autograph when I was his age because you have that belief and that trust that you're gonna be something one day and you're gonna start working on it. Let me see your autograph, man. I mean, your autograph, don't sign mine. Let me see
That is
yours.
funny.
It's not bad.
Keep working on that autograph. You have the best teacher possible.
Yeah, he started from a young age, man. What do you expect? He greatness, he expect greatness for us. So
Coach Prime's ranch is being prepared to host the close family and friends event for the National Football Draft of 2025 for Shedeur Sanders and his brother Shiloh Sanders. We are so excited to be a part of this history making occasion. As a proud auntie, I want to say to Shedeur, keep smiling, keep your head up. You have done a wonderful job being positive and being focused. In spite of all the negativity that may have come your way, I want you to know, Shedeur, that your presence alone has gave so many people hope. It's gave so many children motivation. It's inspired so many athletes to continue to be what? Legendary. You are the epitome of class. And I want to say to you, Shedeur, whenever we see you, we can say, well done, nephew, thy good and faithful son of Deion Sanders. You don't have anything to feel bad about. All is well, all is good. God bless you on your journey. I can say this entire journey has been a wonderful ride. But today, as we prepare for the NFL draft ceremony and knowing that Shedeur is about to go on his next phase of his career, it is a bit bittersweet. However, we know the way that God works. When one door closes, another one opens, and the blessings come through. Shedeur, you have so many praying aunties and uncles out here who will still be cheering you on, who will always support you, and who will be in the rafters looking upon you. We want to say to all those aunties and uncles, continue to send prayers his way. There are more blessings for Shedeur than there are naysayers. I know it can get heavy sometimes, but we are here to praise and celebrate the work and journey of our nephew, Shedeur Sanders.
Hey y'all. Okay, so I just wanted to go ahead and play my tribute to Shedeur. Actually, our tribute to Shedeur. If you have not had an opportunity to go over there and drop a comment under that short for him, please do so. I would appreciate it and share it. Share it with whoever you think wants to leave good words and a message. A best wishes for Shedeur. I kind of think people be watching because it seems like whenever I drop something, I start hearing my verbiage in other places with the family, with some of the staff, even with some of you YouTubers. It's okay. Shout out to the people who watch from the bushes. I love you anyway. You can watch from the bushes as long as you are supporting with your likes and shares. Okay. Go ahead and watch from the bushes. But if you got a problem with me and you watching from the bushes, I need for you to reach out to me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What's your problem with me? You watching from the bushes, but you don't want to support. No, I appreciate all support. Thank you for your views. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Um, let's get on. Let's get on with the show, okay? And if you want to contribute to the conversation, just let me know. Email me or drop a link. Um, if I know you, you're fine. But if I don't know you, I might need you to turn your camera on in the back so that I can see you are a real person and not a straight up troll. Yeah, they be watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I do. And before we start, let's go ahead and get this disclaimer out the way. This is the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips. The balance in favor of fair use. So we're gonna pray that my commentary today is presented in a manner in which people will accept. But I can only be honest, y'all. If I can't be honest, I can't be myself. If I can't be honest, I can't be myself. I ain't that type of girl that's just gonna say stuff to please everybody. I'll be quiet before I lie. In the words of Coach Prime, I'll cry to you before I lie to you. hmm But before we start, and get into some things, y'all, why them people did Travis and his family like that? Shout out to Travis Hunter. He's in Green Bay getting ready for the draft tonight. If we can recall back what during the Heisman Trophy moment, let me see if I can pull that up. His father was not able to attend, and that went viral, and everybody was speculating like, why didn't his father attend? Why his dad is not there? Even one of the old raggedy, messy reporters after the Heisman moment. decided to like try to deflate Travis's moment and ask him where his daddy was or something like that. It was real whack. Like, what does that have to do with everything? I know the fact that he acknowledged his father in his speech, I think that was good enough. But sometimes, and many of us know when you pick up something, it is so important to read the room. Should I inquire more? Should I just leave it alone? And that was one of those moments that should have been just left alone. You know what I mean? I don't think the reporter cared to read the room or consider Travis's feelings after that. He just wanted to get a moment and ask Travis, "Where's your dad? Why your dad couldn't make it?" Sir, where your daddy? His mom is there. His grandmother is there, right? He was supported by other people as well. Why you gotta ask that boy that? And and today we are going to be touching on a few different stereotypes and areas that mainstream media refuses to bring us out of. Mainstream media refuses to respect Black families, especially if they are intact families, right? If you are intact, they don't expect to see Black boys with active fathers. They don't expect to see young ladies with fathers that love them or any of that. They just want to stay on their stereotypical mindset and pattern when it comes to Black people. So let's go back and take a look at Heisman night. Give me one moment. Let me know when y'all can see the screen. Of course I know how they roll, but I'm gonna bring it to the front. I am gonna talk about it. So we gotta go back to that before we get to this. So but even though that's how they think about us, see, I'm the auntie that's not gonna let them do that to us. Nah, we're not doing that. So let's take a look at this. This is Heisman night. In this picture, you see Travis on the screen. You see the back of his father as he's watching his son, his acceptance speech. Thank you. And you see someone next to his father, supporting him, helping him, while he's there. And of course, it was an emotional moment, which we all can understand why. Okay. Who wants to have an achievement or accomplish their dream pretty much? And your biggest supporters, one of your mentors in life, they're just not able to make it under for whatever circumstance.
I know you watch a little TV. That's it. Yeah, come on now. Let it go. Yeah. I look at your oldest son. I did it for you, man. You hear me? All the time. That you didn't get to see me. On the time you came to see my games. I'm not saying probably 2 games in high school to see me on TV every weekend and come to see me, man. That means so much to me. I really want to be here. You can't. But trust me, I got you. I'm bringing the trophy home. I love you. Yes, sir. What are you talking about? That last time you stuck in the world forever, baby. Move away from Florida to Georgia. I thank y'all so much, Coach God. I appreciate you. You took me to every father. He not here to be able to make it. 2024 Heisman Award goes to Travis.
Y'all, shout out to the Hunter family. That was It was so many highlights that night. although it was so much negativity that followed, but it was too many highlights that night for us not to acknowledge. The first one is Travis was there, okay? Travis was there and he won. Praise God. And then, he had Little Wayne there, he had Coach Prime there, he had Shedeur there. Without a great quarterback, how could you be the Heisman winning receiver? Let's not leave that out. Okay, people tend to leave that out. But the receiver got the Heisman, but he did so with his brother and the great quarterback that Shedeur is, and the supportive coach that he has. Hey, ladies, thank you for joining me. Hi, Portia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, yes, it is a very touchy and emotional moment that was. So, um, after that speech, people were wondering. There was so many think pieces and the comments went crazy. Where's his daddy? Where's his daddy? First of all, black people, let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to listen. Sweep around your own front door before you start coming for other people. I'm not gonna get in no area or subject of conversation that I struggle with in life. So all them people in the comments talking about where's his daddy, and my question is, do you know where your father is? Do you know who your father is? And be very careful because the comments were crazy saying his daddy was everywhere and all kinds of places. But let me tell you something about today. Y'all don't have to wonder where his daddy is. You're gonna see Big Trav up at in Green Bay with Travis Hunter Jr. Shout out to Raw Boy Trav. Shout out to the Hunter family. His mom, his brothers. For real. Worry about what somebody else, where somebody else daddy at. Where your daddy? Do you know your daddy? Do you have a good relationship with your father? Regardless of where Travis' daddy and whatever situation he got going on and circumstances it may be, that man is there. He's always been there. People just didn't know, that was his daddy because he's a regular dude. He's not walking around acting Hollywood, being entitled because Travis Hunter is his son. He has always been in the stands supporting his son, okay? And shout out to all the black fathers who strive every day to show up in your children's life, not because we expect you to, because you want to, okay? Nobody is making you go outside and play ball with your son, your daughter. Nobody's making you helping them get dressed. Nobody's making you complaining that you help them with homework. Nobody is running you down for child support. Shout out to all the black fathers that do what they know fatherhood expects. And guess what? You will reap the rewards of that. Some men talking about why I got to babysit. You should know. Father shouldn't babysit. Those are your children. Take care of your child. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna beat up on the black men today. But however, I have to shout out and praise the men that go above and beyond and do what they're supposed to do because what? They are a father and they love doing it. So that's the type of man I praise. I ain't finna give nobody no fake praise and compliments because you're doing something you're supposed to do anyway. Right? So Travis had a unfortunate circumstance where his father couldn't be there. Boom, we understand. Guess what? He's there today. And I promise you, if the media missteps, if they misstep, they already done showed out when On 3 gonna post the man looking raggedy. They posted, let me see if I can find that On 3 post real quick. They done already, let me tell you something about these people. They real shady. They shady as hell. Excuse my language. They don't let the public know that Travis Hunter daddy, um, hold on, I'm gonna read it to you myself. I ain't even finna guess. Hold on. Mm-mm. There it go. Hold on, let me share my screen. These people are a trip, and they act like they are just reporting, but they have every intention to show us in a negative light, right? And there's no reason why this should have been done like this, but we're gonna talk about it. Let me show y'all real quick. So yesterday, what was it yesterday? April 22nd, 2 days ago. On 3 put up a post And they said, new Travis Hunter's father had received court permission to leave home confinement and travel to Green Bay for the NFL draft Thursday with the Heart. Sir, ma'am, little boy or girl, whoever posted this, oh, via Shiny Sheet, whoever the hell you is, I don't know who posted this on this these people main platform. Look at the picture they have up there of Travis's father. Now, if y'all go to any of his social media pages, there are different photos they could have used of that man. I don't know if they looked through the photos and that's the picture they wanted, or they just didn't do any due diligence to try to put a civilized photo. And not that it's a bad photo. First of all, we can hardly see it, but he don't look like he working. His shirt look dirty. He look like he in a prison yard. He don't look cleaned up. Okay, they're not gonna do that. But did you have to tell the world that the man got permission from home confinement? Because you could, this post could have been um written up any kind of way, but that's y'all way. I'm gonna tell y'all how white people do. That's your little warning to everybody at the draft that they're gonna have a felon in the house or somebody on a house arrest in the house. You know what I mean? So hold your bags, lock your doors, honey. You got a whole man. Listen, somebody there with an ankle bracelet on. Pretty much, that's what that screams to me. Um, I don't know how Travis took it, or his dad, or his family. Again, I'm gonna say what other people are not saying. On three been on some mess for a long time when it comes to coach prime in Colorado. So I don't think this was meant to show a good light of Travis's father. Okay, either way, home confinement, ankle bracelet or not, he's gonna be there. He's going to be there, and we'll see what they try to, how they try to spin it or whatever. And while we on Travis, I, I I appreciate Travis. I definitely look up to him for being such a talented young man. It's no coincidence to me that he is the darling, a darling, because the reason why, in my opinion, the media is so harsh on Shedeur is because Shedeur doesn't have a sad story to tell. You know, he's well taken care of. He Let's see if they refer to Packers legend Brett Favre as the welfare fraud. Come on now, former Packers QB. Come on now, they are not going to talk about that. They are not going to talk about that. Before they tell the truth about themselves, they will make up complete lies about us and turn it into a media frenzy. And that's my point. So those of us who have a voice, those of us who have somewhat of a platform or a platform, we have to commit a little bit to show us in the light that the public should see us, because we can't depend on others to make us give us our flowers in the way that we should have them. But what I was saying was, I think, in my opinion, this is my theory, why the media is so hard on Shador is because they feel like, first of all, he has the nerve, the audacity to be a privileged black boy. There's nothing wrong with that. I tell children all the time, don't feel bad because you live a certain type of lifestyle. Your parents worked hard for that. Don't feel entitled either. However, you enjoy the life that God has blessed you with. Okay, and the same goes to Shador. So the media does not want to, give Shador a good look because he doesn't have a story to exploit. He didn't come from a welfare mom. He didn't come out the projects. He didn't go. He's not a second chance offender or had a bad life and he turned his life around just in time to get to college. He didn't do any of that. Okay, and unfortunately, compared to his teammates and his peers, the media, because they can't find anything I won't say not a spot or wrinkle, but because they cannot find much to drag him about, they make up other stuff and lie about everything that they say about Shedeur. I mean, but there are plenty of other athletes that have done worse. You have the people at the other colleges that done got caught drunk driving, that have actual assault allegations, that are just mean and nasty to their teammates. You have coaches that do the most in the worst, but we don't see them exploit that and polarize it all over their screens. I think there's a clip of, while I'm here, hold on one second, y'all. Ryan Clark made a good point, and I had caught it on Coach Prime's page. So let me see if he has it on his page. But he made a great point. Give me one moment. Why people always calling me? Mm-mm. What's me? There we go. Hold on, y'all.
reported. Whether it was my biggest problem with it is anonymity of all of the comments and all of the quotes and all of the things that we have had reported. Whether it was Josina Anderson, my biggest problem with it is obviously the anonymity of all of the comments and all of the quotes and all of the things that we have had reported. Whether it was Josina Anderson around the combine, recently with this quote from an offensive coach who says he's entitled, who says he puts the blame. I watched Sheduer Sanders get damn near killed for 2 years at Colorado, and I never saw him berate a lineman on the sideline. I never saw him cuss or scream at a coach. And you're hearing these things like entitled and these little pieces of the characteristics of his personality when we had a number one overall draft pick get arrested for being orderly and drunk. And we had more people coming out and saying, okay, here is who the real Baker Mayfield is. Don't watch this video. Don't believe that what you saw of him is who he is. He's a good person. He's a good leader. He's this. We had more anonymous people saying those things. Sheduer Sanders never been arrested. Sheduer Sanders has never been in trouble. Sheduer Sanders has never misused his names to the point of taking advantage of people. You have Johnny Manziel, who missed the first game of his last year against Rice for Texas A&M because he was suspended. You have Johnny Manziel, who ended up getting a whole documentary about how effed up he was away from the field, but there was no anonymous talk about him. There was no one coming out and saying Johnny Manziel isn't a good person. Johnny Manziel is entitled. Johnny Manziel has an alcohol issue. And so to me, the way that Sheduer Sanders has been covered seems purposeful. It seems that there is some sort of intent to slander or defame. All of these conversations could be taking place behind closed doors, as they do for so many of these people, and kept there. But why him?
Right.
It's for the clicks. It's because the name will bring people to your page. The name will bring people to your show. And it's sad. Like it's sad that he's being used this way, but he has to find a way to take the lessons from this. The lessons from this of what his name means, the lessons of this of how you block out the noise and continue to perform. This kid is going to be ready from a maturity standpoint when he walks into the building. Now, what the GMs should be thinking about, and executive scouts and coaches, is when will he be ready physically to play the position?
There you have it. There you have it. Y'all, sometimes I'm like, why do I have to even say this? The reason why I have to make these points, you guys, because everybody will talk about Colorado football. Everybody will talk about Shedeur, talk about Coach Prime, but they are based on the content that they give. And like I said, I always say, I understand y'all want to keep it over there. But for me, I just feel like it gives me a disservice to discuss what's going on if I don't also deal with what's going on. So Shout out to those content creators who do expose the truth and who do show what's behind the scenes and what the underhanded mess that goes on and that happens. It's sad that people are um maliciously, and it's a malicious attack to assassinate Shedeur's character, to dismiss his talents, to diminish his skills, to basically erase everything that he's worked so hard against, to the point that they're even trying to and comparing him to his best friends, so that in a way to try to turn them against each other. But I thank God that Shedeur is grounded and that he has not taken the bait. What do I mean he didn't take the bait? In spite of what them people say to him, he has not gotten online and reacted to the mess. Okay. Has he reacted? I don't know. But what I would always tell my daughter, honey, never let them see you sweat. You get more honey, you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. If you feel away, that's natural to feel away and not want people to degrade you, to speak derogatory of you. You have that conversation here at home. Let's talk about it at home. Go through all your emotions, but when you walk out that door, you hold your head up high. You know who you are. For Shedeur, he knows who he is. He's walking tall. He has his shoulders up, not slumped down. Listen, they are trying to break him. And this is a public lynching. That's what I call it. That's what it looks like to me. A public mob attack on the character and the hopes and dreams of this black boy trying to steal what we call black boy joy. Now, in a world where, in a place where we are, where people tend to think the worst of our young men, of our black boys, right? Then they get to a point where they pass every litmus test. They made it past every area in life, and when it comes to the point, they get to the door of their success, their achievement, to get a glimpse of their dreams. Then here you come with these dragons, with these demons, with these literal live devils to attack their ambition and their intentions, because that's what they're trying to do, is to get so far in his head to the point where he doubts himself, and everything that they've said about him, they want him to believe. But thank God for his mama and his daddy. Thank God for them for affirming that young man every day of his life, and not just him, all their children. Because you have to be made to go through a certain type of trial, such as this. Okay. And again, unapologetically, Shedeur has been, you know, around uh celebrities all his life. He's accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And I always say they got a problem with Shedeur because they cannot exploit, you know, his weaknesses. They can't tell him, well, you gotta do this so you can buy your mama a house. Honey, his mama got a house. His daddy got several houses and several vehicles. Well, you gotta do this so you can feed your babies. He don't have no babies. Okay. And then they'll threaten to take away his livelihood and affect his family situation. But they can't do that with Shedeur. Some players they can. They sell out. They crumble under pressure and do whatever is expected of them. Even say it, Emmanuel Ocho. Emmanuel Ocho showed his literal black tail on social media. And shout out to our nephew Bucky, because Bucky be handling business, honey. And I don't have to say nothing long as Bucky handling business. This is what Bucky had to say, y'all. Oh God. Bucky had something to say. Give me one moment because this is not acting right. Hold on. I don't know about y'all, how y'all look at the tweets, but when people together, it be funny to me. Hey, dear, welcome. So when Emmanuel Ocho was on his stuff, y'all see what Bucky had to say. He say, and don't try to shake hands and be cool after this either, like y'all wasn't on some blank blank. That's right, nephew. Say it like your IS is. Tell them again, Bucky. Bucky be like, I got time today. My daddy can't say nothing to y'all. And my daddy don't cuss, but I do. Bucky be like, I got time today. My brother got too much to lose. My daddy got too much to lose, and I'm not even gonna have my sister in this. But I got this. Bucky be like, no, my daddy won't cuss you out, and I ain't gonna let my little brothers get with you. I got this. Shout out to Big Brother Bucky. With a big brother like that, they gonna be all right. They gonna be all right, okay? Oh, Bucky be on Go Time. Bucky be on Got Time. Bucky be on What's Up. He be with it, word for word, bar for bar. Cause baby, when he be telling them people off, I be hearing it in his voice with some music in the background. Like, Bucky, you should definitely put that in one of your songs. Bucky be on it. I don't know what they thought. They thought, okay, this family is so well to do. They are polished. They are, but don't ever get it twisted. Bucky will tell you a thing or two as well. I know some rich people that go to hell off. Money ain't the only thing changed about them is their bank account. They still is who they are. Okay, don't get it twisted. That's Bucky. You, shoot, do not judge people by what they say. Don't judge a book by the cover. Okay. Shoot, I be sitting there having a good time. I say, oh shoot, here go Bucky. Who he talking to? I have to get in my phone and click a few times to see what started it. Okay, and I be right there sipping tea and taking notes. Hey man, so yeah, shout out to Travis. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for his father that he's able to make it to the draft tonight. And I wish them the best. And don't let them funny acting people get up in y'all face and ask y'all no crazy questions either. Why won't my thing go away? And ask y'all no more crazy questions. Figure out how to curve somebody when they start talking crazy. You just gotta shoot them a quick curve. A quick curve. Cause some stuff ain't nobody business. Some stuff ain't nobody business. Good afternoon, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I appreciate it. So, and while we're talking about fathers, um, I threw a little something in here because I just want to touch on it real quick. We want to say congratulations to Tyrese Gibson. Tyrese, his daughter is 18 years old, and reportedly she chooses to live with her father, ending the $10,000 a month in child support. Shout out to Tyrese. I'm happy for you. Now can you please get us out the group chat? Take us out of the group chat, Tyrese. We don't want to hear nothing about her mama, nothing about the nothing else. You got your baby, she live with you. Now, can we please get out the group chat? I'm happy for you. I will say still pay that $10,000 a month, but put it in a growing account for your baby. So when she turns 27, maybe 28, she can have access to it. So yeah, congratulations to Tyrese. He's a bit of a free man. I'm for real. Take us out of the group chat. I'd be so sick of celebrities. If I can't get on the internet and tell my business, what makes you think I want to know theirs? I'm gonna find that tweet that it's a quote that says, never mind. I'm gonna find it and we'll talk about it again. So shout out to him. Y'all, we have a nephew, and I'm gonna call this particular portion of today's show family business. I don't know what side of the table either of us are sitting on, but I'm open to have a conversation. But right now, I'm about to share my perspective. His daughter knew what was up. Kids watch and know everything. And as they get older, they know who's really sincere. That's true, Matt. That's true. I hope it was a genuine gesture. I hope that he didn't coach her or coerce her or manipulate her into moving in with him because he no longer wanted to pay child support. But at the end of the day, I want to be taken out of the group chat. Y'all, this is an image of our nephew, Carmelo Anthony, over in Texas. Um, There's been a lot taking place around this since this incident happened. It is an unfortunate incident, you guys. Carmelo ended up having to defend himself, and in the process of him defending himself, somebody lost their life. And I don't condone um, outright behavior that you know provokes others. I don't condone it, and we do feel bad that a parent has lost their child and somebody lost their life. On the other hand, as a parent too, I'm a boy mom and a parent and an auntie. I would never want to find out from my children or my nieces, nephews, or little cousins that they are being targeted at school or in their extracurricular activities to the point that they feel like they have to defend themselves with such force. With that being said, I think I told y'all I have four children, two girls and two boys. And I've always told my children we are not the aggressors, but we do defend ourselves. We will fight with those who come against us, and you fight to the very end. I told my out of the four children, three of them wear glasses. So when you typically see a child eyeglasses as somebody who's in the school system, those children who wear eyeglasses, they are targets by bullies. So my son was having an incident, continue to have these incidents, and I say, listen, you don't start no fights, but you better damn sure finish it. If they call me, I want to see that the fight has been finished. Okay. My daughter was in the incident when she was in the sixth grade. Well, this little boy kept bullying my baby. Now you talking about somebody smart, nerdy. She'll mess with nobody, just a pretty little girl. The little boy done bullied my baby for so long, and the teachers act like they didn't see it and they never saw him do nothing. They would never intervene, and she had to take matters into her own hands. By the time I got to the school, his parents were already there, and they want to press charges. No, yeah, they want to press charges on my daughter, even though their son was the aggressor and started everything. I said, "Oh, we're both pressing charges." And so the dad is looking like, "What? Yes, just because your son got his ass whooped by a girl, you don't get to press charges on my daughter when we have witnesses that shows that he started it." It's very toxic. So I am definitely, I can relate with this case. Carmelo Anthony is a great student. So from my research, and he's an athlete. He plays football and runs track. Unfortunately, he happens to live in a town that's only 6 to 8% people that look like him, right? So at the moment, at the very moment, everybody should be up to speed on this. He was held. He was detained for some days. Then we raised money. I don't know how many of y'all contributed to the GoFundMe, but I will let you know. I have given a pretty lump sum of my monthly income to that GoFundMe to help get that nephew from behind bars, okay, and help pay for legal fees. And I'm gonna keep doing it, okay, until he is free. Um, there, them other people are very upset. Let me show you what's the recent thing that they have done. Give me one moment. So recently, it's been reported that the it was fake news going around saying that the family purchased a new house and a Cadillac with the money. That was a lie. They were always in a $900,000 house. Okay, so this again, like Shedeur, this isn't the typical black boy. His family works. They're pretty stable, and they have created a life, a comfortable life for their children. And unfortunately, he ran into some raggedy children of some raggedy people.
Karmelo Anthony since her decision. The Texas judge who reduced the bond for 17-year-old. The Texas judge
Here we go. Let's go.
who reduced the bond for 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony. Since her decision, Tucker has received racist threats and attacks from Metcalf supporters. If the individual responsible is identified, potential charges could include unlawful disclosure of residence address or telephone number and obstruction or retaliation. The Texas judge who reduced the bond for 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony. Since her decision, Tucker has received racist threats and attacks from Metcalf supporters. If the individual responsible is identified, potential charges could include unlawful disclosure of residence address or telephone number and obstruction or retaliation. The Texas judge who reduced.
So you guys, this is a video of somebody, a coward, rode up to the judge's house. This is the home of the judge in the Karmelo Anthony case. They had the audacity to go to a judge's home and try to kick that lady door in because Karmelo is out on bond. So these are the types of things happen. The young man and his family, they ended up having to move out of their nice home because people kept doing things. They were coming to their home, threatening them. They were sending food to their house, probably poisoned. You never know what they were doing. They were sending doing all kinds of things, pulling up at them people's house. It was too much. So they are now living in an undisclosed location. And while I'm on that, just understand this, and this is my take on it. Don't ever think that what's going on in America right now, the current administration and everybody that supports a certain mindset, that it does not cross the aisle into other areas of life. So this mob attack that we see on Sheduer, this mob attack that we are seeing on Karmelo, it's attached with a mindset that exists. Give me one moment. Let me show y'all something else. That's ridiculous. It's completely disgusting, Mac, because you don't run around. As far as I know, I ain't never seen no mob of us running up into no gated community trying to randomly attack them people. We don't do stuff like that. Now, what we do is respond to something that shows up in our face. Okay. So on this picture, this is the picture of this beautiful black family. Y'all know I love intact families. I love all families, but I'm going to always acknowledge, praise, and highlight intact families. See, this is an image that Caucasian Americans don't like to see. They don't, first of all, they think that all of our homes don't come with fathers. They think that every black home, there's no man in the house. They think that all the children run around uncivilized and savage and wanting to kill people. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to say wanting to unalive people. But this man right here, he has pretty much provided for his family. His mom is a stay-at-home mom. She raises her children and supports her husband. This is the family they don't want to see. Okay. So let's get into this. I'm not reading all that. I think y'all kind of caught up to with the story too, but I do want to play. Hold on. So now take a look. There, this man, his family had a press. Karmelo Anthony, the little black boy, his family held a press conference. Why would the father show up of the other kid show up at this family's press conference? You're uninvited. And then he proceeds to shake the hands of the officers, like, okay, I know y'all gonna take care of this for me. Like, sir, no, who invited you here? What do you think is supposed to happen with your presence? Are you trying to provoke us into something or intimidate the family further? Let's go.
You,
Hold on.
the father being at this press conference. These are my words. Don't quote anybody. Is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Next Generation Action Network from the beginning has respected the loss of life. No matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf because we respect the dignity of life. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case. You all, the character.
Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Hayes. I am the mother of Karmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband worked hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Karmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what anything to deserve to be threatened might happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a two-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put what might happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you. God first in everything that we.
So, y'all, this case has so many moving parts, and all of the moving parts are either heartbreaking or just frightening to either dig into. This is Karmelo Anthony's Judge Angela Tucker. After that, she beefed up security amid the alleged threats after reducing the bond and ordering him to house arrest. Obviously, whatever security she had was either not in place or didn't work, because after that press conference, the people still were able to get to her house and try to kick her door in. This image right here says a lot. Him with security, like, this is crazy. So you all, this particular case is very sensitive to me for a couple of reasons. Oh, let me show y'all this. This family, like she said, she's a stay-at-home mom, and like I say, it's an intact family. This boy has not been shy of exposure to opportunities in life, fun times. You know, this is a picture of him and the family at, I think, at an LSU game. He has, there are many pictures on the internet. Y'all can find them. Opportunities to meet several celebrities. And unfortunately, there are some communities of people who don't get to enjoy the finer things in life or to give their children a certain type of access. And believe it or not, they go through life being jealous of those who are able to provide for them. So this person said, I wonder who put him up to do this. Like, This is the audacity for me. What you thought was gonna happen when you walk up there in that room full of supporters of the Anthony family and the Hayes family? That's the crazy thing. That's what I want to know. Were you trying to create a riot? So all I can say is they will get through this. They shall get through this. As a mom, I don't know if I ever told y'all or touched on it, but I was in a similar situation. If y'all Google, no, I won't say his name, but one night I was working. This is right. This is new. I was newly divorced at that time. And so my children spent a lot of time with their football coach and his family. So they were asking to go to the fair. They had never been to the youth fair by themselves without us, without parents. And that was a night I would rather forget. Their friend lost his life. Law enforcement incited so many things, but one of my babies ended up getting choked out with a damn what they call them things, baton. He was 15 and my other son was 14, and he was left no choice but to intervene to save his brother's life. They weren't doing anything but walking through the fair. And because the city has such a terrible history of officers and sheriffs coming to the fair to attack black boys, I knew nothing about that. But the whole entire football team and all those children were assaulted by officers who pulled them in a group of other young people. Y'all, we were in court for almost 2 years to get those charges dropped. And the young boy that lost his life, his family ended up getting this huge lawsuit. I just wanted my children record clean and scrubbed. Like it, and I said all that to say they didn't spend the night in jail. They didn't do any of that. But having that interaction with law enforcement, I saw my babies grow up overnight. They were no longer innocent little black boys. They at that point had come in contact with law enforcement in the worst way. And when I tell y'all, I was a wreck. That was the worst year of that I can remember. Because when I would think about it, I'm like, damn, I couldn't have lost just one of my children. I could have lost both of them. Because what if they would have just shot both of them? Because my babies were not scared. They was fighting the damn police. They jacked up one of them and was choking him. And everybody was telling him, let him go, let him go. He can't breathe. So what would you do when your sibling is sitting there in your mind about to die or be choked out unconscious? Your reflexes tell you to help your sibling. So fast forward, the courts is like, they didn't have probable cause to be snatching on nobody's children, especially mine. And my son was within the law of the land to defend his family member against law enforcement. So many people don't know that, but I hate that they had to experience that. And I say all that to say, I hate this for Karmelo Anthony. In his mind, he will never, ever, ever see the world the same again. It does interfere with how his experience will interfere with how he sees people, how he sees the world. You can try to be in the best spirit all you can, but you can never ever take away that that engagement, that negative moment of trauma that he's had with a bully in a town that is attacking his family. So those people in that town are upset that they had a black judge and it's not that the judge has made a ruling based on the evidence presented. She lowered the bond and she sent him home on house arrest. But even that wasn't good enough. They're attacking the people at their beautiful home. Now they have to live somewhere in hiding, which is crazy. So that's that. I just wanted to share my perspectives and thoughts with you all when it comes to the Karmelo Anthony case. If you care, Keep that family in prayer. Um, yeah, there's definitely attack on Black boys, their livelihood, their mindset, their hopes, in their dreams. The devil is busy, and if you don't know nothing about demons, they don't sleep. They don't sleep, which is why we should always pray without cease. So as we move forward, we're going to say congratulations to Jalen Hurts. Him and his girlfriend are married. I, 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 I I love to see a black man that love him a black queen, honey. Shout out to Jalen Hurts, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. Appreciate it. I see y'all in the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm about to get into the Shannon Sharpe, y'all. So if you have not done so already, go ahead and share this video, like this video, tell somebody to get in the room because it's gonna be fun, okay? And if you're new here, I am Discerning Goddess. I am an internet auntie, and I enjoy defending and advocating for my internet nieces and nephews. We are pro Colorado over here. We are pro Coach Prime, and we support the Colorado Buffs. Okay, the Buffaloes. So get some people in the room. We about to talk about Shannon Sharpe, y'all. We gonna get into some things. Thank y'all so much for sharing. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you. So Jalen and I got married. I guess he couldn't do it. He said this is the perfect time to do it. So I don't know if he had a contract negotiation, but now it's better than best time to do it. So congratulations to him and Bree. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. I am so happy. Okay, because we know I need somebody to do one of them doll packages with the NFL new contract kit. Because we know the first thing that it seems like in order to be a respected NFL player, you have to have the cookie cutter image or the what they call it, the NFL kit that comes with a white woman attached to your arms. You know, if you ain't got no white woman, you ain't no real NFL player, especially if you're a black man. Very rarely do you see a brother in the NFL that got him a beautiful black sister as a wife, okay? As a wife. Let me emphasize wife. Shout out to Russell Simmons. Do y'all remember that viral moment when he was at the draft? Oh God. Russell Wilson. Give me one moment. Let me find it. Do y'all remember that viral moment when he was at the draft and that girl was next to him looking all crazy? She was so excited. Woo, child. Oh, God. I ain't mad at her. She's been with him. Yeah, that's her man. She done been around for a while. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they done put him in situations where he done had to, create some distance between him and them other girls. So if you in the NFL, you ain't got white woman, you know what I mean? You ain't made it. So shout out to the brothers who keep it true. They stay true to it. Love is love, they say, and it is. However, y'all better wake up. Ooh, Lord. So Shannon, DeMarcus, Bethany, Absolutius Sharpe. What have you done to yourself? Oh my God. Yeah, man. She thought she had one. She couldn't keep it together. She couldn't keep it together. Listen, yes, she did. So let's talk about Shannon. Shannon, the everlasting old dirty Uncle Sharpe. They say in every family there's a a strange uncle, a strange family member that you don't leave, you don't want to be left alone with, or you definitely don't leave your children around, right? So apparently, it looks like Shannon is that person that is a little weird and creepy, right? So we're gonna get into some things. Let's get into some things real quick. What time is it? Gotta do a time check. Okay, I got a little bit of time. Um, I have never, what people do is their business. Like Shannon Sharpe, Shannon Sharpe. Let me tell you something. First let me say I saw on Twitter that Boyce Watkins had did a tweet talking about black women gonna be mad. No, we not. Let me just say this, and y'all can clip it and replay it. Black women don't care who black men choose. We don't care that they go outside of us. We don't care because black men who do that, God bless you on your journey. We are not losing sleep over black men that don't want us. Hello? I am focused on the black men that support black women, that protect black women, that don't disrespect black women. Those are the black men I uplift. So to them other ones that talk down on black women that go outside and they find somebody else, that's cool. Do what you do. Ain't nobody mad about that, and we ain't losing sleep. All she did was help make our choices better. Cause for me personally, I don't want nobody who don't see his mama in me or don't see how I can relate to his sister. Okay, I don't want nobody that is self-hating and don't even like what they see in the mirror when they look at themselves. That is not the person for me. So we are not upset about that. Especially when it comes to somebody like Shannon Sharpe, baby. Legs, hips, and thighs. We don't get me started. We definitely ain't losing sleep over a man that's finer than us in his Fashion Nova with his handbags and skinny pants on. We doing that. We are not losing sleep over a man that can look in the mirror and see himself looking like this and not see a problem with it. How could you not tell that your makeup artist put on too much lip gloss, too much Beijing, too much eyeliner, and too much mascara, and you still walked out and got on camera looking like that? We are not losing sleep over men like this. Understand that. We ain't ever gonna do that. It's like, oh, okay. We ain't losing sleep. We ain't losing sleep over corny dudes that love to get on the internet and uh praise themselves, clout chasing men. We ain't doing that. Ladies, let me tell y'all a secret. If you haven't learned nothing about the patterns of influencers, especially men who are influencers that have social media platforms, think that they are highly popular on the internet, all that stuff, that's a red flag. Okay? Huge red flag. That's all I'm gonna say. Uh-uh. So let's get into Shannon. Shannon had been warned. Shannon Sharpe was warned. He was warned, y'all, and he ain't listen. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hold on one second now. He was warned sometime, but listen, a black woman tried to tell him, but he ain't tried. He didn't want to listen. He didn't want to listen. Listen, we ain't good enough for him and for him as a mate or a counsel. One thing I'm gonna do is I ain't gonna never tell you no lie. I might choose to refrain from sharing at the moment, but I ain't gonna lie to you, baby. I ain't gonna lie
What
to you.
Shannon needs. Okay, let me tell you what my baby needs.
Hold
So it's
on,
hot though.
hold on, hold on.
So it's hot though.
So You dismiss black women all your life to the point where somebody gave you wise advice. You dismiss that too.
To us, how this dating thing, because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
What you trying to
Period.
say? What you trying to say? Mo?
I'm looking right at you.
I know
I'm
you looking at
grateful.
your.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks?
Yeah,
because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'll be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora, she's old school. Mm-hmm. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like that, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I like.
And she don't have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clack it for me. Come on now, these young gals will bite you. Okay.
Somebody put no lies told in the chat, please. Somebody put no lies told. I need y'all to put no lies told in the chat. If you agree with Monique, put no lies told. Monique tried to tell him. She warned him. You don't need that. Get you somebody for you. He ain't listen. Now he done got caught up in some mess. Okay, I gotta see which one I'm gonna play. He done got caught up in some mess. No lies. Thank you, Joanna. Hold on, I'm pulling up a video. Man, Monique told him the straight up truth, even though it was laced with jokes. Okay? No lies told. Even though it was laced with jokes, he wasn't trying to hear her.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah, I might choke you in public.
Do y'all hear this fool? Oh my God.
Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do with the shit you.
She said it's not a good look, Shannon. He said big black. Hold on one second. Y'all didn't hear it.
I'm getting choked, so I guess we're going. Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah, I might choke you in public.
What? No, Now, what part of that did he not realize that was not okay to say? Like, why would you say that? Even if you have a relationship like that, you don't say stuff like that, especially on the phone.
Big black guy chose small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did with the shit you did to me.
What she did? Did she use a strap?
Okay, well,
Hold on, there's more. There's more. I wonder if this is the same one. Hold on.
I don't know why you want to go out to LA tomorrow.
Yes.
Where is it? This is it right here. Hold on.
What is you doing, Unc? You ain't. I ain't gonna lie, Shannon Sharpe. What is you doing? What is you? I ain't gonna lie, Shannon Sharpe. What is you doing? What is you doing, Unc? You ain't got no business out here with no 20-year-old white girl, with no 20-year-old period. Period. She can't even drink no Le Portier. What are you doing? Damn. No wrong with being no freak, but be a freak and it makes sense. You got this little ass girl sticking her tongue in your ass. Your big.
Okay, I ain't hear that the first time. So, in essence, y'all, Shannon done got caught up in some mess. Now, here's what I got to say to you, Shannon Sharpe. And now people are pulling up footage of his problematic remarks that are telling. It's listen, the more I look at it, the more I feel like, oh, he's done. The more I look at it. Here's one more. Hold on. I don't think he's gonna come out of this, y'all, to be honest.
Cause I keep it on me now.
Yeah, everybody always talk about date your age. Well, I want to date my wage. I'm finna shut all this ish down tonight. I want to date my wage.
Stay right there.
Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at?
Hold on.
Everybody always talk about date your age. Everybody always talk about date your age. Well, I want to date my wage. I'm finna shut all this ish down tonight. I want to date my wage.
Stay right there.
Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at?
Hold on. Cause I keep it on me now.
Yeah.
I keep it on me. You want to date your what?
I want to date my wage, not my age. I want to date my wage. So where are they? Cause y'all always talking about date your age. I want to date my wage. So come on with it.
Well, you talking?
As a matter of fact, I'm taking applicants as we speak.
Well, you talking spicy tonight, boy.
Everybody always talk about date your age.
So here's the thing. You don't have to date your age, but you don't need to be messing around with nobody's little child either. Just because somebody's over 18 years old, it does not mean that they are mentally capable of being in an adult relationship with a 54 or 56-year-old man. Okay, cool. It appears to me that he chose somebody that he wouldn't go to jail over for being inappropriate and being with somebody underage. That's the way it appears to me. Also, it's concerning when you come across men and all they want is somebody so young till they appear to be like a child to them. Because if you want somebody, and I'm talking to men, single men or whoever, if you're looking for a woman that's so young, she literally looks like your daughter, that screams predator. Like, really. I will say this as somebody who has done forensic interviews with children, who has done forensic interviews with victims of abuse, be it actual or physical. It's going to be hard for him to convince a jury or a judge, you know, that he did not have ill intentions with that girl. It's just hard. I mean, as somebody who has seen a lot when it comes to violence against children and women, it concerns me that he doesn't see anything wrong with his behavior. Here's a consistent pattern with men who get caught. Because as long as that young lady would have never said nothing, and I'm not on her side, I'm not. As long as it would have been his little dirty secret, he would have still been actively involved in it. But now his image is affected. The public knows about his little dirty secret that he loves to be called, a book, a gorilla, or whatever he likes to be called, what turns him on. Now he doesn't want to be accountable for anything. And one thing I could say about people who cross the line in that manner, when they get caught, they are unaccountable for anything. It's not their fault. It's somebody else's fault, this and the other. And that is what he's doing. The best thing he could have done was not do that video trying to get ahead of the story. That's the best thing he could do, because the more he opens his mouth, the worse it gets. At this point, with this coming out, this screams, do not invite him to your house, around your family, because he's going to be looking at your daughter like he can have her. I wouldn't trust him around children at this point, especially young adults like 21 and under, 23 and under. Child, the grandma already know. What you talking about, Mac? Let me tell you about people like this. What happens, and I'm going to have an honest conversation, in the Black family, many of us have a terrible, disgusting piece of mess. See, white people, this don't bother too much because they mate within their family. Cousins date, cousins mate, cousins do all that stuff and get married in the white families. So this is normal for them. But in Black families, we will have at least one family member who's inappropriate and who does stuff like this, and we protect them. We keep them around. We don't let nobody beat their ass. We won't put them in jail. And you keep bringing children and other people around somebody like this. And people always want to talk about generational curses. No, the way you deal with that is deal with that. If you are in a family where you know somebody is around that should not be around children, don't go to no cookouts. Don't go to the family reunion. And if you go, you go. Leave your children somewhere else. See, everybody has to be accountable for the dirty old pervert in the family. If you don't take your children around, then your children will never have to experience some of the trauma that a lot of people have experienced because they keep this person around. Uninvite the pervert with his drunk ass. He won't be welcome to nobody's house. He's not invited to the family reunions or the cookouts because children are there. And you know they don't have control. And all this screams to me is that Shannon Sharpe has no control as long as his secret is kept a secret. And I'm pretty sure there are other women who have had encounters with him. And the embarrassing part to him is that his kink is out. Now, I ain't such a prude that I don't think people have kink. Yeah, you can have your kink. But the best way to control your desires is to be married. What you do with your husband and your wife is between your husband and your wife. Now, you got this little girl you done found on OnlyFans. Good God. OnlyFans? This is a child. And to parents, to other parties, this is what is your child doing in the room with the door closed all these hours? Like, they'll go in the room, close their door. Is your child, you have the question, do you know where your child is? Yes, she's upstairs in the room. He's upstairs in the room. But now the question is, do you know what your child is up to while they're upstairs in the room? Because the whole time, your baby could be up there doing faceless corn videos or doing corn videos with people like Shannon Sharpe. Yeah, it's a whole lot of accountability to pass around here. But for him to have the audacity to speak about women talking about what's your wage, sir, you need to be worried about if you're going to be put in cell block D. And from what I heard, you might like it. The thing that people don't know, that all of us have a dark side, but some people's dark side goes above, beyond, and across the many boundaries. You don't know who you're dealing with. What you do in your private life is your business, as long as you don't involve me in it. Unfortunately, his stuff has been exposed. It's been exposed. And now I'm to the point where I'm like, maybe that little video stunt that he pulled a couple of months ago, that wasn't no real video, it was a stunt. Because I'm sure before this came to the surface and got exposed, they done been in communication for months with that attorney, from what I'm hearing. He even decided to settle for $10 million to keep it from coming out. And it's still out. And now you want to put yourself in, talking about, oh, my black man, white man is attacking me. It's the white man. No, it's you. Ain't nobody make you pursue and have a physical relationship with a little white girl. It's not the black man. Before it got to the white attorney, what did you do? It wouldn't even get to the white attorney had you been acting in order. See, this is the type of mess they don't like to hear. Shout out to all the black men who love to come to the defense of degenerates, because this is some degenerate behavior. And to black men who want to be like, oh, he being attacked by the white lawyer who attacked every black man with money. That might be true. Two things can be true. But in this case, had he not pursued a relationship with someone that looks like a child, that he made sure she was at least 18, he wouldn't be in this. Now you want to throw Jay-Z in. What Jay-Z got to do with this? First of all, you take your own L, because Jay-Z ain't no saint either. And let me tell y'all something about these people. They ain't gonna, you better come with a whole lot of money and a good ass lawyer to get up out of this, because this is a mess. And from what I'm hearing, he's about to lose his job and a whole lot of opportunities from this. And there's nobody to blame but yourself. You cannot say that Tony Busby is attacking wealthy black men. That could be true. But what did you do to get on the list? And this is a message to all of y'all. If you want to be acting like a donkey, you won't be in this situation. I don't feel sorry for him. I do not. Shannon Sharpe is somebody who should never be left alone with your young daughters, your nieces, or probably even the little boys and the young men in the family or friends. In my opinion. In my opinion. Because Monique tried to tell you, you didn't listen. Because you know why? You didn't want to. That's not what you do. That's not what you do. So you do what you do and you get what you get. I don't feel sorry for him. Not at all. Jay-Z ain't got nothing to do with Shannon Sharpe mess. Shannon Sharpe need to take his own L. Unfortunately, Diddy done messed it up for a lot of y'all, and everybody's stuff is about to come to the surface. It's about to come to the surface. So I would go on and get your stuff in order, because somebody gonna be next. But if you're not doing anything to be a target, you don't have to worry about it. That's my point. It's accountability to be passed around. Accountability goes both ways, y'all. We about to get into our final subject, you all. We're gonna talk about Sheduer real quick as we get ready for the draft tonight. Thank y'all so much for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it. I really do. Um, they need to leave my nephew alone. They really do. This really hurts to see Shedeur go through this persecution, this open persecution, this public lynching, what they trying to do to him, all of that. But I know it's just a test. I know it's a trial that he's going to get through. Um, they can be talking about anybody giving all those other candidates for the draft their flowers, going over their careers work, but yet and still people just want to make up untruths where Shedeur is concerned. Let's see what Corey had to
Covered
say.
because his dad he got praying parents, and his dad.
Give me 1 second.
And wait a minute. Make sure I say this with a straight face, so y'all know I ain't playing. First and foremost, God got this young boy covered because his dad he got praying parents, and his dad a praying man. Two, since he was a young small child, he done lived through this adversity. So this ain't finna be nothing new. But y'all dead wrong. 24 hours before the biggest stage of this young boy's life, and this is what y'all put out. And then y'all do me this. Whoever said this was the worst interview, check his resume. Who he done developed, who he done recruited. Run that down, or did he get a job because of somebody else? And wait a minute. Make sure I say this with a straight face, so y'all know I ain't playing. First and foremost, God got this young boy covered because his dad he got praying parents, and his dad a praying man. Two, since he was a young small child, he done lived through this adversity. So this ain't finna be nothing new. But y'all dead wrong. 24 hours before the biggest stage of this young boy's life, and this is what y'all put out. And then y'all do me this. Whoever said this was the worst interview, check his resume. Who he done developed, who he done recruited. Run that down, or did he get a job because of somebody else?
I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm going to just talk. Let's get the elephant out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm going to just talk briefly and let it go. Let's get the elephant out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm going to just talk briefly and let it go.
Coach Prime calls it the prime tax. Will they be doing this if he was not Coach Prime's son? That's one question. Would they be, let's say, let's leave Shedeur like he is, everything except, and let's change his ethnic makeup. Let's remove the melanin from his skin. And would they be doing this if Shedeur looked like Jackson Dart? That's the question. Would they be doing this? Max says Shedeur would be okay. Every interview I've seen over the years, he's always smiling, correct, and not blaming anyone. He puts his players before him. He does, and he's very legit. Shedeur is solid as they come. Shedeur is solid as they come. I've seen him take the blame. I've seen him own up to his mistakes, and there haven't been many. But yet and still, people are going out their way to polarize little things and to make up things and tell complete lies just to affect his draft stock. And they've been trying to do that since Coach Prime got to Colorado and has been doing great work over there and giving not just black boys opportunities, all young men opportunities who fit in the program. But that's not enough. That's not enough for them since they can't take away Coach Prime's wealth. And what I want to tell Coach Prime, you be careful, Coach Prime, because they're gonna try to get you next. One thing my uncle always told me: the last trick for the enemy is to send you his woman. That's the last trick. When they have done everything they can to bring you down and to destroy your life, when it does not work, they will send you their little pale, pasty, unseasoned woman into your life. See, they didn't have to send nobody to Shannon Sharpe. He was freely out there looking for her. Okay? But the time came, his time ran out, and the little girl, did what she had to do. But for the strong brothers out there who are listening, love who you love, like what you like. But when you know the enemy has targeted you because you are who you are, and when they cannot affect you or take away your livelihood, they tried every trick in the book because that's what the devil does. His last his last trick is his daughter, is his wife or his sister. So when you see that, just know that you done passed all the tests. So they're gonna try to get their hooks in you with not. Sometimes it'll be Karen and Miss Madam and the old ones, but they're gonna send you somebody. And when that happens, just know that is not a genuine connection. Understand, it's a play being made, and you gonna be the main course. Cause try and be careful. I know you probably talked to your sons. I know for sure Pilar has ran it down to her boys. Okay? Don't mess up your legacy choosing the wrong one. And the mere fact that they cannot control Shedeur with dangling a dollar bill in his face or promising him jewelry because he got a lot of that or promising him a fine home because he already has one, and he could afford to buy land and build one. They cannot manipulate him because of his because he was raised in poverty or he grew up in life with less. So they feel like he is not a good nigga for them. Did you hear me? He not the kind of nigga they want. They want a different kind of nigga. One that they can make, mold, and shape into theirs. And that's not something they can do with Sheduer because Sheduer knows who he is and he doesn't need, all he needs is an opportunity. He has his gifts, he has his skills, he has his talent. His father has already made a way for him. And see, that's the problem they have with Coach Prime because they don't want him to be, although college has black coaches, Coach Prime has more influence than every college coach put together. They don't want to compete with Coach Prime when it comes to his influence and what he may attract and pull the main talent to him. So they work overnight. When I tell you demons don't sleep, they work overnight to discredit Coach Prime, to attack his strategies, to pull players from him, to pull staff from him. They send staff to him to sabotage his vision. Okay? So this is the type of stuff Coach Prime has to deal with. But we know he will be fine. We wish Shedeur the best, and we want to keep the Sanders family in our prayers. And we're going to be watching tonight. Me personally, I believe all of this static and noise and these comments and disparaging opinions about Shedeur, I believe they are all a fluke. They were meant to distract him and to cause a reaction out of him. And it's his reaction that, to me, had he had a negative reaction to all of it, it would have affected some of his chances of going number 1, 2, or 3. I still believe he's going to be in the top 3, and that somebody will trade up to get Shedeur to go to another team. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. I think all of that was a concerted effort, like Ryan Clark said, to come against that one person so that he can have one of those moments he had when the little boy talked crazy about him over at CSU, or when the former backup quarterback left and told lies on him. You know, they wanted him to speak out about it, to give them something else to talk about. So when you don't give people stuff to talk about, they make up lies. Okay, they make up lies, complete, utter, disrespectful lies, and that's what we've been seeing. And it's hurtful to see, because I can promise you, it has got to him. But thank God he has a solid foundation in his family. They keep solid people around him, and whoever he's venting to, that he feels safe talking to them and going over things and how he feels. You say, and I believe also some are given slander because they want him. Yeah, of course. It's working. The machine is at work, honey. The machine is at work full time and overtime to get in Shedeur's head. So does anyone want to come up and share? If you do, I can drop you the link. If not, I want to thank you all for being here today. Like, thank you for hanging out with me. I know I've been gone for a while, but gotta take care of some things. Life be life in. And I just didn't have the time. My dad visited me for a while, and it's hard to you know, be on my computer when you have your dad around, because he want to go everywhere and see everything. And of course, we had family business to take care of. Um, Other things that I have been putting into work. So I'm always working on a project somewhere, doing something. Yeah. So I appreciate y'all for hanging in there with me. So who having the draft party? Who having the draft party? Matt, am I coming to your house for wings, Miss Joanna? What are y'all going to be doing tonight during the draft? Is somebody having a draft viewing party? If so, let me know. I might tune in. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Joanna. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, they are having a draft point. Listen, that when I saw that tent, the first person that gave us a glimpse of the tent was Deandra. I said, "Oh, it's going down over there at Prime Ranch, honey. That draft party gonna be everything." Oh, and I love the little flex now. I love how they was flexing there, and in the last video that Bucky did. So yeah, so they was definitely, letting it be known that they are black boys with a lot of black privilege, and they enjoy all of it. Okay, I love it. I'm here for it. I love it. So I did see Bucky took a glimpse of the NFL microphone, so I'm wondering who from the NFL will be at the Prime Ranch. Are y'all going to be on Twitch? Looking at Shiloh's live. Jordan, who? See it? So Shiloh will be live on Twitch, and Shedeur is going to be live on IRL during the draft events. It is. I'll be there in spirit. I'll be there in spirit. Spirit. I'll be there in spirit. So, but I want to say too, Coach Prime, I love your ranch. I'm definitely trying to get like you. I'm looking for my land as we speak, and I will be building on my property and make my home little sweet oasis. So y'all say Jordan Seaton is in Dallas. Okay, Jordan. So I wonder if he's going to be on the ranch because I know it's family and close friends invite only. Yeah. So, in my opinion, my perspective is the city of Boulder does not appreciate the Sanders family at this moment. They are upset about the jersey being retired, and many of them have expressed their unhappiness or objection to that, and they've expressed it in the not so nice way. So, I am not. I am happy that Shedeur made the decision to have the viewing on at their home because at this point, yeah, they're just at Boulder to give a good football game and do what they were expected to do over there at the college, but you can only do so much. You know, I don't like being around people who don't mess with me. That's the worst type of anxiety ever is being sitting at the table eating with or coexisting in a space where you know people don't want to see you do well. And for a large part, a lot of people in that city in that university, they don't really support the Sanders family like that. They don't. So I am okay and not opposed to them having this event privately. That's where I'm at with that. So with that being said, y'all have a wonderful day. I'm about to get up and get ready to do car circle and go pick up these babies. I hope that you enjoyed our little live stream. Hopefully, I will be back with more soon. Let's see what happens. And if you all don't know, the reason why I don't really go live much is because I'm waiting on Spring Portal to close. I am waiting for our roster to be the roster and because I still feel like we have players coming in and going out, and so I just want to talk about our actual players, and that's where I'm at with that. So y'all have a great evening, enjoy yourselves, and I will see you in the next live or in an upcoming chat. Take care. God bless you.
To that beautiful discerned goddess. I like everything about your platform, Quinn. I don't know if you seen I tapped in the other day, but keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm telling you, it takes the algorithm to hit once and you on, Queen. Don't stop talking about what you're talking about. You got a platform, and people like you, I literally see put in work. And shout out to that beautiful discerned goddess. I like everything about your platform, Quinn. I don't know if you seen I tapped in the other day, but keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm telling you, it takes the algorithm to hit once and you on, Queen. Don't stop talking about what you're talking about. You got a platform, and people like you, I literally see put in work. And out to that beautiful discerned goddess. I like everything about your platform, Quinn. I don't know if you seen I tapped in the other day, but keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm telling you, it takes the algorithm to hit once and you on, Queen. Don't stop talking about what you're talking about. You got a platform, and people like you, I literally see put in work. And